What do you know? I'm not here. Oh my God. Where'd my camera go? Okay. Everything was fine. I had my camera on, everything was good, and then it completely disappeared. So, hello, welcome back after weeks of being gone. And as you can hear my voice, my voice is kind of crackety, but other than that, we're doing okay. So, all right, hang on. Let me try and figure out what the heck's going on. Yep, that's right. Okay, I'm going to disappear for a minute. Okay. And there I am. All right, look at that. We fixed it. Oh my God. Can you believe this? First thing, pop in. There's no me whatsoever. I have missed you too. Oh my gosh, it's been so long. It's been crazy. I normally don't leave for that long, but I left for like 2.5 weeks. Yeah, nope, we came back. Can you just? Yeah, no, that's right. Well, I knew I was there. I was there, but then I left. Then I disappeared. But now I'm back. But you're right. Can you really just? But to you guys, I was never there, so it wasn't really that I disappeared. It's just I never showed up. Yes, I agree with all that. So, well, hello. It's been a it's been a fun time. All right, I'm good. I'm just listening to myself on the thing to make sure that everything was working. But sounds like somebody's coming in. Maybe, I don't know. Dogs just all of a sudden got rambunctious for a second. But yeah, I was visiting the wonderful confines of southern and central Ohio. And I guess Western Ohio a couple of times too, as I had to go to Cincinnati and went to Columbus a few times, and then hanging out in good old Southern Ohio with the family. That was a lot of fun. And it's been a while since I've been back, so I figured it was and wife and I had never actually done Christmas in Ohio, so that was enjoyable, and got all the my nieces came up. I got to see all the kids, all my great nieces and nephews, and there are a bunch of them. And so we had fun with them, and then I got to go up the ones that are in Florida. I got to see for a couple of days, and then I got to go hang out with my other nieces and nephews for a little while. We went out to this thing called Scene 77 or Scene 72, something like that. It's like an indoor amusement park, and it was pretty cool. It was like a giant Dave and Buster's, but then they have like rides inside there too. So they had like a go-kart track, which that was my favorite thing. So I had a go-kart track, and then we had they had a roller coaster, and they had a thing that goes up and down. You sit in the seat and it goes up and then it drops down. And I found out that my 6-year-old niece, or great niece, is the adrenaline junkie of the family. As soon as we got in there, she's like, "We're riding the roller coaster." And I'm like, "Yes, we are." And she loved it. She would scream, but she loved every second of it. It was so much fun. Excuse me, man, my voice is already cracking. But yeah, it turned out she is the adrenaline junkie. So we're going to have fun I told her, when you get a few more years on you, because she was just tall enough. She was tall enough to ride the ride the big stuff. And so I'm like, you get a few more years on you, and we're gonna go to Kings Island. And oh boy, then it's on. Then it's like it is on. Because Kings Island is like one of my favorite places. And I will show you what a Kings Island looks like. Right there is a Kings Island. Well, that's a get to know it. But rides and experiences. We've got the Adventure Express, and it has, let's see if I can find the one and only, the Beast right here. This is the longest wooden roller coaster in the world. It is crazy. It is so much fun. It's 110 feet, goes up to 65 miles an hour, which on a oh, I'm not gonna hear about that. So it's 4 minutes and it bangs you around pretty good. I mean, the Beast is a fun roller coaster, and then there is the Bat. I don't even know what the Bat is. That looks like fun. Ooh. It's been a long time since I've ridden a good roller coaster. And then I don't know if they still have it, the Vortex. No, I guess not. Let's see. No. I think it was called Vortex. But it had like the Racer, that's another one. That's a wood roller coaster. It's a double one, so you're running right next to the other one. Hi, Cat. Hello. Wasn't that called Vortex, the one that had like 8 upside downs on it at Kings Island? I don't remember. Okay. I think it was called Vortex, but it seems to be gone. And then they have a big Eiffel Tower. They have a replica of the Eiffel Tower. You might actually make it out the box. What? Driveway? Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw you. She was out hanging out with the tractor, getting the trying to get the driveway all. So can I go down the driveway? Down's okay. And maybe even up, huh? Oh, okay. Don't try it with the Jeep going up. Is it just really icy, huh? I roughed it up enough, but the Jeep doesn't have enough traction. Yeah, I know. If I had my car. Yeah. If I had my car, but my battery's dead because I was gone 2.5 weeks and it froze my battery off. I mean, that battery is done. And Patty says hi. All right, I'll be right back. Hi, Patty. Join up if you want. You can listen in. I will eventually. Now that I'm inside. Yeah. But I was also thinking about starting dinner if that's not interrupting too much. Okay. No. So we had a wonderful Christmas. Got to hang out with my mom, who's right here, but in person, actually. And my camera is. Let me try and adjust that a little bit. Hang on 1 second. Just needed to bump it up a tiny bit. And this thing's being weird too. All right. Everything gets all out of whack. I mean, I don't care how long you're gone. Everything gets all goofy when you're gone. Like nobody can touch anything and it still gets all goofy. But we are good to go. Yeah, we had it fenced off, covered off, the whole 9 yards. All right. Well, I was looking at some stuff to talk about tonight, and then California decided to burn up. Look at this.
And it's just getting worse and worse now that the sun has set a couple of hours ago. Alex, it looks like you have some new information.
iPhone.
Yeah, the White House just put out a statement from President Biden.
So this is the Palisades fire.
California tonight. The statement, not on saying he's being frequently briefed on the wildfires in West Los Angeles. My team and I are in touch with state and local officials, and I've offered any federal assistance that is needed.
I don't know if you guys saw this, but holy good grief, man.
Tonight, FEMA approved a fire management
and I guess there's another fire that started up besides the Palisades one.
For the immediate firefighting cost. My administration will do
okay, there is. All right, let's look here.
I urge the residents of Pacific Palisades and surrounding areas of Los Angeles to stay vigilant.
All right, let me hide that. So this is up to like a hang on. Okay, so this is the other fire. There's like a Altana.
Whether we are seeing
Let's see.
firefighters there, you know this well as being a firefighter. Are there enough resources there? We've watched this fire pretty much explode.
That's a very good question, and from your lips to God's ears, I am.
Oh, I can't go backwards on this? Oh, I guess not. Okay. You can only watch the live stream here. So this is NBC LA. Yeah, Altadena. There's another 200-acre fire burning there. And then Palisades. Oh, my God. So let me switch back here because this is taking like structures.
I mean, there were students here in class.
This is the high school.
And now you're just looking at this, and it's just hard to put into words. You can hear the firefighters yelling for more water. We saw them on the front of the school, also with their ladder out, just trying to get on top of this, but just feeling the heat, the embers blowing around. And this is what you're seeing all over Pacific Palisades. We were just driving.
This is crazy.
A little bit across town, you can see just, you lose track counting the number of homes that are on fire right now. So this is just unbelievable.
This is going to be one of the biggest fires, I think, that California's seen. And they've seen some big ones here in the last few years. I think this one is going to be one of the biggest ones that they have seen.
It is so heartbreaking. And then to add to that, thank you so much, Matthew. We're just getting word that, and this isn't a big surprise, but it's still terrible here, that all aircraft.
That was actually. I hope not. I hope somebody didn't set this.
Will not be fought from the air. It will be fought from the ground.
But it sounds like they have, because of the wind, they have grounded the planes. So
conference that would be a combination of dangerous to fly at night, but also ineffective for whatever they're dropping. With the winds this strong, it's just kind of getting blown away. So yeah, not a surprise.
Yeah, if that was, oh my gosh, if they find somebody to actually set that, you can't punish them enough. There's not enough punishment for that.
And 9 a.m. So we're heading into that time when the winds are just going to be even stronger than what we've seen so far.
All right, so hide that. Go back over here. This is the NBC LA. I mean, just look at that. Look how horrible that is. Let me get the volume up on that.
I just made it to a friend's house, much south of the fire. But yeah, I mean, we're still pretty shaken up here.
And Connor, were you at home at this time, and have you been through anything like this? Or, I mean, I know we've put out our forecast. Were you surprised by this, how fast this erupted?
I mean, you guys said it best. It literally exploded. I mean, out of no.
It did.
We had to go take the dogs out, and then we saw a fire truck coming up our street, and we thought, that's odd. And then we kind of noticed that it smelled like smoke, and we turned around, and it was just an orange glow. And
oh my gosh!
We like, oh my, we have to go. We got to go. So we started packing, and we had things prepared because, you know, just in case. And I'm so glad we did. But you know, it's still crazy, like having to pack up your home. You know.
Connor, can you tell if this is burning away from your home or towards your home, and how close are you to the flames?
We were. I mean, it was hot. We were choking on the smoke. The wind was going both up and down the mountains. The glow was just getting brighter. It looked like it was pretty much in the backyard.
How close are you to Eaton Canyon,
where
the trails start?
I mean, we are one house away from the side of the canyon.
Wow, that's really,
So
really
you're
close.
very close
Yes,
to the
yes,
fire
and there are
there.
a lot of homes in that area, right? I would imagine.
Oh my goodness, that's wow. All right, so hide that. I want to show you something else. People were having to leave. Hang on, share this tab instead. So this was people like it was jam. It was traffic jam. And so people were trying to get out, but then they couldn't go. And then the flames were catching up on them. And so they just got out of their cars. These are not inexpensive cars that are being thrown around by this dozer. And I mean, yeah, I if you're gonna save your own life, I mean, yeah, you're gonna get out of your car and run away. But oh man, that's just another. Let's see. This is a.
But I know a lot of folks, I can tell you, the cars that I'm looking at right now, there are Mercedes, there are Teslas, there are Cybertrucks here, very nice vehicles, but the owners decided to take their keys and just take off. So emergency officials once again said,
Okay, so yeah, if you are going to, wow, look at this. This is crazy. Wow. If you're going to leave your car, leave your keys in it.
We're standing. You can see how much of it has
Don't
been
don't take the keys. I mean, it's already probably going to get destroyed, or it's going to get stolen.
I think if we pan down, you'll
But
see those flames there. That
oh
is
my
a house
gosh.
that is on fire, and now the trees all around it are on fire, and the trees across the street are on fire. So those
Right?
homes
Yeah. No,
are
they can't
now
get into the
in
area.
danger
You're
of
right.
burning
The
as
fire
well.
department can't get into the
And
area.
again,
They've got to bring in a heavy
fire
piece of
resources are here.
equipment.
We have seen the LAPD come through. They have been on their
And then
megaphones asking people
what's that?
to evacuate, telling them they need to clear out now.
Right.
Fortunately, it looks like everyone heeded those warnings and
Hate
got
to be
out.
that guy, but in super dry
And we saw
conditions,
all
land
of
management
this,
is
but a
super.
very dangerous
Land
situation.
management
Yes,
is super
we're hearing
important,
booms,
even for the little
flares,
field
all
behind our
around
house.
us. It
Oh,
appears that
totally.
Propane tanks
Yeah.
are catching fire.
No, we were
And
talking about that
sadly,
today.
so did
It's
this
like,
school.
what if?
Let's send it back to you.
Yeah,
What would? Whoa.
we're sorry to see another school that has gone
You know,
up in
if
flames.
if
Obviously,
we
our other
lived
crew was
somewhere
at the
near
Palisades Charter High School.
somewhere that you would have this kind of thing, then you know, what would you do? What kind of precautions would you take? What kind of, yeah. But yeah, if you're gonna leave your key, don't
You
take your
can't do that.
keys.
You shouldn't do that. That causes more of an emergency situation for them to try to get to
Yeah, look at that. The fire's right there.
these homes and the condominiums because they're not exactly sure if up that hill, if there are people up there.
And Gene, as you're, this shot here of where they have.
Oh my goodness. Let's see. Oh no. What do we got? We got a Mini Cooper. We got a, can't tell, but that's a Beamer. And then an Audi. Oh, these are just, really nice freaking cars. Man. They frame it like they decided to leave. Like, sir, also, keys or not, the bulldozer would have. Oh, yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, no, they don't have. You're right. They don't have the time. They can't get into every car. They're going to have to just clear a path. But, if it's still, if you leave your keys, then maybe if the traffic starts to clear out a little bit, then if somebody else can jump into it, or I don't know. Just seems like stupid to take the keys. Okay, so Kat makes a good point. If you leave your keys in it and somebody takes off and steals it, then will the insurance cover it as a theft, or because you left your keys in it, will they not cover it? That's a good question, because insurance companies suck. So they might not actually cover that. So yeah, good point. That's a good point.
100 yards toward the east, causing some more spot fires. That's
I mean, this is just
problem. This block hit by the first wave of this firestorm a couple of hours ago. Over on this block were some beautiful homes on the west side.
What?
Chimney, a brick chimney, all that's left. But
oh yeah,
there's that chimney.
Oh, we are. We're having moose sausage for dinner.
Interesting. You'd look there and it'd be a home, but if you look through the smoke and the debris, see it says Pally. That's Pally.
Yeah, I remembered my button to cough. My cough button. It's just turning my mic off, but anyway.
From this street, tree line with those beautiful homes here. Now it's a wide open field.
So yeah, this is
what's left of these homes. As Pali High School itself has even been hit by this out of control fire. Some more booms going off, some more transformers further down on Antioch through all.
So yeah, I saw this too. I want to point this out too. Some of these folks on X can get out of hand a little bit here. So, but I see this community note, and we'll talk about community notes here in a minute, because there's a really cool community note thing. So Nick Sorter, big account, 679,000 followers, always covering just, news and whatever. It's like firefighters are nowhere in sight while homes burn to the ground in Pacific Palisades, per Fox LA's. Reporter Vian attempted to grab hose and fight the fire themselves. What is going on? Well, I like this community note. Firefighters are fighting an uphill battle with this fire, including but not limited to blocked passages, difficult terrain, and the upcoming stronger winds. Firefighters are unable to save every possible structure, but they are doing the best they can. Exactly. This is an attempt to, just, oh my goodness, watch, check. Bleh. Oh, look at that. Oh my goodness. Now you can see just the depth of the fire. But yeah, I mean, that's basically just an attempt at engagement farming. That's all that is. But man, there's just, look at that. It's just burning. I mean, this is going to be, I think this is going to rank up there. This is going to rank up there as one of the worst fires that California and Southern California has seen. I think as far as the number of structures that it takes. The Northern California, the Camp Fire a few years ago, that was really, really bad. And so Oakland Hills, okay. Oakland Hills was really, really bad. I mean, there's been a lot of really bad ones. Oh, we got, let's see. This is just the bulldozer just going through. Just getting those cars out of there. All right, so
we're always coming onto things that are changing as we are going along. And again, Sunset Boulevard being shut down right here. For folks who want to evacuate at this late hour are being stopped because of the operation we're seeing behind us. Colleen, Kathy?
Thankfully, they got those people out. All right, Darsha, thank you so much. We'll check back with you in just a moment. We want to check in with meteorologist David Bigger, who is back, and we have the strongest winds ahead of us today.
Here is a video of the dozer heading to there. That is the dozer on the way earlier today. So yeah, no, I get it. I get it that there's somebody, the residents have asked where the firefighters are.
He was asking where the firefighters are. see the flames up here, but this is a highly residential area. Still here on Shadow Mountain.
It comes back to this. It comes back to dry conditions management, and it comes back to wet conditions the year before. I don't know how long my voice is going to last tonight. But it comes back to wet conditions 2 years ago. They had a whole lot of rain. The brush then built up big time, and now it's dry conditions again. And you got Santa Ana winds. I don't know what else, you know. It's just if you don't take care of it, like you said, if you don't do the land management and people don't clear around their house, and yeah, it's just, you're in a tough situation because these fires happen over and over and over and over and over. This is 19 minutes ago. Frantic police overwhelmed by the scale of this disaster, now blocking off all access to Palisades. Wall of flames. So they're not letting media through. Let's see, do we do I still have, is AXN still live? Are these guys live? Yep. So here is, this is AXN News. And these are local streamers in Los Angeles. They are live right now. They got some really good video. I mean, they were up in it earlier. Let's go back and look at some of the video they caught. Like this was them up in the stuff, basically. Look at the palm tree going.
Oh shit.
They're like, I don't think we should probably back up. This was earlier tonight too. I mean, they yeah, they got up in there. There's another one. This house right here was going.
There's a few more up there that are light. Watch yourself, bro. Yeah. This is gonna be a nightmare, bro. Like everything's gonna burn here. You have to rebuild to make a ton more money.
Oh man, that's like an apartment complex.
Most expensive fire in the California history. Most expensive fire for damn sure. Because it's gonna be 100-mile-per-hour winds. The winds haven't even picked up yet. They're gonna pick up at 10 p.m. till 5. Have they tried throwing fire recording?
Yeah, look at that whole, that's like an entire apartment complex. But yep, they do. They continue to ignore it. They pass bills that say you can't, you know, because of environmental concerns. You know, they're just doing it to themselves. It really stinks.
But then people were not willing to cut down their trees.
Oh right, yeah, no, we have a bunch of dead trees that were killed by the spruce bark beetle. So we've got a whole lot of spruce bark or spruce trees that are dead, and they're completely dead, still in the woods. And you know, a lot of people just don't remove them when they should remove them, and so that's still a very big concern as far as, you know, Alaska, and especially if something happens in South Anchorage, then that's going to be huge. But let's see.
Up in the air, and this is an issue because it's starting to grow in size. I want to show you what we're starting to see across that region. In terms of the observation data, Sierra Madre, we've got winds gusting up to 34 miles per hour.
Oh, excuse me.
To 32 miles per hour in La Cañada, Flint Ridge, and the winds.
Okay, so the winds are picking up.
Out of the northeast and out of the northeast there in La Cañada, Flint Ridge, relative humidity dropping down into the lower 20s.
All right, I will be right back. I got to check something out. I'll be right back.
Canyons and passes, and it dries out the atmosphere, also drying out the relative humidity, which will elevate our fire concern all the way down to the coast. Not only are we tracking the Eaton fire, but we also have the Palisades fire here. And look at this, in the Santa Monica Mountains, it's already starting for you. When we were on the air earlier today, we had winds for the mountains anywhere from 50 to 60
One or
miles.
not. Okay.
Look at this right now. We've got a sustained wind straight
Yep,
out of the
I hear you.
at 65 miles per hour, and then the gust
Dinner
is
questions.
up to 85 miles per hour.
Oh,
why
no.
The Santa Ana winds are significant. That's why the National Weather Service has been using language like life-threatening, destructive.
Oh,
and
man.
damaging. This is a particularly dangerous situation for much of Southern California.
That is not going to end well. Tonight's going to be a very bad night for
Santa Clarita, and at 45 miles per hour.
Southern California. It just is. And then we've got
30,000 people under mandatory evacuation orders, 10,000 homes threatened.
Beamer.
Cars, as you're looking at there, were left because people had to abandon them, and then they were bulldozed out of the way by authorities. That's why they are totaled there on the side of the street right there. And we have seen structure after structure burn, including Pali High.
so 2,900 acres, 10,000 homes threatened. Oh my God.
Let's take a look at some of the timelines.
10,000 homes.
As we've watched this fire erupt hour after hour this afternoon, those flames on the hillside. This is our camera from West Los Angeles, where Fox 11 is based, looking out west. And you can see just the plume of smoke, which is spotted from all across Southern California. And now, again, we have that second fire that erupted tonight. So that other plume of smoke, we will get to the Eaton fire, but our coverage does continue on the Palisades fire. We want to go to Chelsea Edwards. She's been along PCH, and
Look at that. Oh my goodness.
Tonight.
A lot of destruction. We just saw a convoy of, it looked like LAPD officers and some fire officials going this way on PCH. So that may indicate that something is now happening to the north. But from where we're seeing, we're looking south on PCH, and, you know, we're just seeing this kind of wall of flames. Look over here, Elliot, to the left. This is a new flare up, it looks like. You can see
Oh my
just in the
goodness.
canyon here. This is just near Terrace Circle. Many homes. Several, probably many in this mobile home community just completely destroyed. We watched as they burned one by one by one. They went up, they smoldered for a long time, then the structure just kind of fell down, crumpled on top of each other. You could hear the banging and the clanging, and then they were just gone. Now, we've also been watching to the south there. It's hard to tell.
Okay, so the campfire, 18,000 structures, 18,804 structures were destroyed by the campfire. So that is by far and away the
that we're looking at
worst.
More homes. So when we talk about the tally of the number,
Yeah, the acres were 153,000.
Number than what we heard earlier. It's going to be much higher.
And
just based on what we're seeing here on the ground.
deaths wise, so deaths were 85, which is by far and away the most too. So the campfire was the biggest, and then Griffith Park in Los Angeles had that was in 1933. It had 0 structures, but it claimed 29 lives. So seems like it was a lot of workers that were working the fire were killed in that one.
There was at one point where he said he could actually
But yeah,
see the smoke kind of billowing down. said it looked
What?
like a bomb when like a nuclear bomb goes off. And you can
Yes,
see
I
it
did.
coming.
Yep.
And then we just
Oh, I know all about that.
over yet again. So very strong winds, and now they're gone. They're coming back up again. It's just wild. They're changing directions.
But
Often
yeah,
they're
this
going
is
towards the ocean, which is certainly the best thing. But other times they're headed toward the north and the south. I mean, it's really just chaotic. Oh, and looking over my shoulder again. This is a new flare-up. Not sure what's burning back there. Not sure what is actually back there. But something is burning now closer to the bottom here. Now, everything on the hillside next to where we're standing has already gone. When we got here, a lot of that was smoldering. We saw a lot of hot spots, a lot of big embers. Those have all burnt out now. So this whole hillside is gone. All the vegetation.
And then we have, I think this might be the other fire here.
In your car or at a shelter, then stay on San Vicente and risk destruction to your house, property, and possibly yourself. In addition, from Montana Avenue north to the city limit, Santa Monica Fire Department is advising everyone to prepare to possibly be evacuated. So this is an extremely serious situation. I can tell you, I will tell you, I just had a birthday. I'm 71. I have never seen fire like this in the Palisades, reaching into the main part of the Palisades and reaching the beach of this area.
Besides where it has traveled, and happy birthday, we're sorry you're spending.
So this is the actor James Woods, his home actually. We renovated a home after COVID and just finished last month. To all the people, lovely people authoring care and love, I'll say this: there's no possessions, prices, friends, and good neighbors during a tragedy. I can't believe the blessings we enjoy, and I'm humbly grateful. We cleared and built pathways on our hillside with sprinkler systems that can be remotely managed. We also did brush clearance per local fire prevention mandates. I'm hoping it has done some good. It's hard to beat the winds this time of year, though, if someone is careless. So that was 2 hours ago, 3 hours ago. We were just informed our next door neighbor's house is on fire. Fortunately, they were safely evacuated. And then this is what he said. This was 2 houses from him. So, like right there. And then I think that was pretty close to them. And then this was right at his view from one of their security cameras. And then this was our deck. This is our.
You're looking good. Your house is not on fire, but it's. I'm here in case some embers land on it. I hope all your windows are closed. You're looking good. Your house is not on fire, but it's. I'm here in case some embers land on it. I hope all your windows are closed.
Yeah, hopefully his windows were closed. So yeah, so that's old James Woods. Back here to.
You look down the bluff at PCH, the ocean, the bay, incredible sunsets. Homes up there burning, the hillside burning. Through
Oh
here,
my
you
goodness.
would never see this. This is a beautiful home that we lost here. Just brick chimneys left standing through the debris. But as you look through, you can see the lights from the football field of Valley High School. Never seen here because this home should be here. But there's nothing here now over this hillside, Temescal Canyon, the football field, the school on the other side. It's also been damaged by this fire. As we swing around, here's some of the homes that first went up on this area of Radcliffe.
Wow.
On the west side, as the fire jumped over the canyon, they're all down now. Smoldering debris, and here we're finally seeing some fire trucks. I say finally because over the last several hours, nothing here. There he goes.
Sorry, I was not sharing the right thing.
Front end of that home.
I shared the wrong thing.
Long Beach Fire, Engine 10. The firefighters have been putting a lot of water on it, trying
Okay.
to stop as they can the spread of those embers. But we knew it was just a
Deadliest wildfires in U.S. history. Yep.
The firefighter said, "Get back, get back. It's not safe." So they moved back into more of a defensive situation now, but still trying to.
Costliest. Yep. The campfire was $12 billion for the campfire. Tubbs fire was $11 billion. I think this is going to approach that. I think we're going to approach the campfire. I do. as far as costly wise, I think this will approach the campfire.
Eastbound on Sunset. That is the way, but I must tell you, it seems like everybody is long.
I mean, look at that.
It's in darkness, no electricity, no cell service. Everybody just holding on and waiting for the firefighters to come through. As we send it back to you.
It's just everywhere you look. I mean, over here.
Yeah, thank you so much. It was quite something.
Whoa.
Basically, the facade of that house just tumbled down the other side of the street. You see the chimney.
That was crazy.
Pointed out, and just he said it. War zone. Looks
I
apocalyptic.
mean, over here, these.
Pull over here for a second. Be careful at the intersection where the crosswalk is in Amalfi. This is what they have blocked off to traffic, and you can see the fire.
I mean, it's just a wall of fire.
Here in the Palisades, it continues to burn. Another home, it looks like, up there on that.
Surrounded by flames, we keep hearing those.
And then this guy. This is another reporter.
Firecrackers just going off, bang, bang. Right now you can see the homes.
What?
Right near Palisades Charter High School. Several homes on fire, if not destroyed already. And then, Sam, if you want to point up to the light, just so people can see the smoke just blowing, just look how fast it's going. I mean, that's something you see. I've covered hurricanes on the coast. That's what you see with hurricanes and the rain, just all of that wind just blowing all this smoke. It's pretty remarkable to see. And Sam, if you want to walk with me.
Yeah, look at how hard that wind is blowing.
Out towards the football field, looks like there's a structure burning over there. And we talked about just being surrounded by flames, but it's just all around the football stadium.
Now,
we saw the
all right, here's the other one.
Sunset, and this is Sunset heading east. It is roaring Sunset right now, and again pushing itself this way to where we are at the intersection of Amalfi.
This is crazy.
We've talked about the evacuations that are going on in Santa Monica.
No,
We're talking about the evacuations that are happening right now
James Woods did not stay in his house. I don't know if I don't know who did. Somebody was there. Like, I don't know if he paid somebody to stay there or what. I have no idea.
That is jaw-dropping.
James Woods he's an older gentleman now. He's not in any kind of shape to fight a fire.
We have been warned by our meteorologists throughout the last 48 hours that the winds were only going to pick up. That has.
All right, so this is the Altadena fire.
And now, as we head the Altadena area, and for the first time, our colleague Gina.
It's the Eaton fire.
Look from the ground.
Oh no, horsies! Oh no.
Those are horses, yes. There's a woman that just came down the road here. She's trying to get her horses out of here, but as you can see, we are on New York Drive in Altadena, and this entire hillside is on fire. It has already crossed the street, and there's a building here that is in danger of also going up in flames. I don't know exactly what it is, but I believe it said water meters, something like that. But you can see this is an incredible wind-driven fire. The Eden fire started around 6:30 p.m. with just an estimated 20 acres. And the blaze, as you can see, it has quickly exploded into more than 200 acres, and it keeps growing. There are so many homes here in danger, and that is why officials have issued a mandatory evacuation order in the area that is just west of the Eden Canyon Golf Course. People living on these streets also have to evacuate immediately. And I heard a lady earlier saying she didn't want to leave because she's got animals. And so there was a sort of a thing that was going back and forth. But people living on these streets, they have to leave immediately. You can see how dangerous the situation is.
Oh my goodness. This is a second fire.
Outpost Lane, Glen Springs, Coolidge, Miranda, Roosevelt, Vernada, Kenclair, and areas east of Altadena Drive. As you can see, this is a fast-moving fire, and these winds are absolutely wicked. And I think that we ourselves are going to have to end up moving because our vehicles are down here. This just keeps moving down. Now we came from.
And look at all the embers that she's getting hit with.
Oh my goodness, the winds out there were so strong. It was difficult to stand in one place, so we were concerned that a fire could break out there when this one broke out, and we were sent to this location. But as you can see, Pasadena fire, LA County fire, there are so many units that are here battling this blaze. As I said, there are so many homes that are in danger, and at this point we did hear that one home is on fire. And right over here, Joab, you can see more people coming with their horses. They're trying to rescue their animals. Can you
Oh my
imagine
God.
just, oh my goodness, these embers flying everywhere. Hi there, how many more horses do you have?
We have a couple we just let loose over there. We're trying to get as many as we can out. Yeah.
Are any homes out there on fire?
Honestly, I did not pay attention. I just drove straight to the barn to get my horses out and get the rest of these guys out. We're not just gonna let them burn.
We got a bunch out with trailers, and there's a bunch in there still. How many more? We don't know. I don't know. I don't know how many. How many did you let out?
We took about 4 of them in trailers, 2 in the different trailers, 3 in another one.
Oh my gosh.
About 12. Are there more people out there right now?
It's a whole bar.
Get these out. I got, let's see. There's 4, 2, 3, what is that, 9? How are these horses doing? 11, 12. There's 12. Yeah, no, they're pretty wired up. Yeah. They're getting used to it now, but when the wind's blowing and the embers are, they don't really know what to do. Have you seen anything like this? Look at that hillside. Yeah, I've rescued before. Yeah? Yeah. Well, please be safe. Yeah, thank you. You be safe too. Yeah. I think, Joab, we're going to have to end up moving because I could see all of the firefighters that were stationed at this location and the police officers. They already left. And again, this is...
Yeah, I would not be staying there if the cops are already gone. And
the building that is very
oh my goodness.
and it may be before the end of the night. Again, I don't know exactly what it is, but I did see water meters.
And
what does it say here?
Just that, a
It's
woman
the
in the
Pasadena
car
Tech
that's
Center.
leaving, but you see one after the other, they're going down these streets. And this area again, right here, Sunset and Amalfi, people being told, don't wait,
When
it's
you
time to
made
go.
your travels there, did you actually see other homes on fire?
We now want to switch gears, head on over to NBC4 Starship Phillips along to Mescal Canyon. Darsha.
Large
Yeah, we're right here by Palisades Theater, and when we saw it here last, it was just engulfed in flames, and now you can see it's just a skeleton of what it once was.
this is crazy.
The entire building collapsed. We were here when there was a partial.
Yep, it's always good to have a bug out
The
plan.
entire roof is gone. It's just the shell of the building. This is the Palisades.
Yeah,
Onto Mescal Canyon. Now we have seen firefighters pouring water on what's left of this.
I mean, you're never. I mean, there's always a chance, but yeah, I think we have we have ways to get out if there is ever a fire in this area, which I don't think it's going to. I think it'd be really tough to get a big fire in this area, but it's always possible. Anything's possible. Yeah, there's lots of spruce right across the. Yeah, no, we cut all the spruce out of our yard. So yep, we just have to load up the dogs and run away.
Be intact.
Yep.
We do see a lot of water on the ground, so it appears that fire crews were here earlier trying to protect the school and the structures. Now, I do want to show you
It's a really
just
difficult
down
area
the street.
to
You see
get to,
that
but we
orange
did
glow
see
with all the
LA
smoke.
County
That is
Fire.
Haverford
I know
Drive.
that Pasadena
That is
Fire
an
is
area
also
that
here,
is just
and,
filled with
Los
homes, and we have
Angeles,
been watching that glow just get bigger.
Look at that
and
glow,
bigger. We've
yeah.
seen active flames.
That is so
We've
crazy.
also seen fire crews go over there trying to assess the situation. But again, this is something that is changing as the night goes on. These winds continue to be strong. We are
All right, this is the back at the other fire here. Look at that.
It's just a really difficult spot, a difficult situation for these firefighters who are battling this incredibly wind-driven blaze.
Yeah, it looks a lot like the Palisades fire, unfortunately, but we haven't seen the livestock like that here in Altadena as something new that we hadn't seen in
Not sure this
the
is
Palisades
all right,
fire.
we
All
can-
right, Gina, we want you and Joab to get to safety.
So this is where that fire that was on the screen is. It's in this area here, and then where is Palisades is like way over here. Yeah, There's the Palisades fire. So there's a distance between it. Yeah, it's two separate areas of Los Angeles. So if everybody was over here, now they got to get crews over to here. That's going to be tough. Although you got Pasadena, the wind is going this way.
Inland?
Yep. No, it's going towards the ocean. So that's going to be rough trying to get. I mean, hopefully this is kind of like a natural fire break here, but no, no, that could be it could be another. This could be another bad one here. Yes. Oh man. All right, let's see.
Are you now, and what are you seeing in the Pacific Palisades
Yeah.
area?
Yeah, Alex, we're right off of Radcliffe, and this is where we've seen several
The
homes
Oakland
just
what?
up in flames. If we
The
walk a little
Oakland
bit
Hills
closer,
fire
this
melted
home right here on
glass.
the
It was
corner
so
has
hot.
actually been kind of ripping and roaring near Bowdoin Street.
So this
It's so devastating to see because there's, I mean, I would guess at least just 10 homes in this general area that are on fire right now. Just out of control. We've seen firefighters, they were on this street a little while ago, but right now they're not. They're just so overwhelmed with everything that's happening. So it just kind of continues to grow to the next home. It looks like there's a roof of one home that doesn't have visible flames yet, but it's surrounded by fire. And that's kind of what happens.
I mean,
right now
if you've got to kind of strategize a plan to try and stop it. I mean, if you can. But I mean, that's just hard to do.
You feel for everyone out here. We haven't seen any
Especially with the wind and the embers blowing so far that even if you try and put a fire break on it,
I'll go ahead and send it back to you.
You're not going to really
get a quick update from you, and I know you're not right there, but
there's not much that you can really do. I mean, it just
Charter High School
sucks, but
fire. At last check, were the classrooms, did they get
I
engulfed
mean, I
in
don't
flames?
see the. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't.
we'll flip it around. We'll show you the high school over here. It's actually right on the other side of the street. You can see the fire trucks parked right out front right now, possibly.
And if it was set, that's even worse.
I think the majority of the school.
That is even worse if somebody actually set this.
They're overwhelming it right now with firefighters.
Yeah.
But we did see those trailer classrooms destroyed, and they're gone.
Oh my
like I was
goodness.
saying earlier, it's just.
All right. And I think I guess if I sit up straight a little bit, wouldn't be too bad. All right. Well, I had a bunch of other stuff tonight, but my voice is cracking, and so show you one thing, and then I think we'll bail out. But everybody has been to, if you're on X or if you're on Facebook especially. Now, I don't think I've ever been suspended from Facebook. I've never been in Facebook jail, but I've had friends. My dad, he's been in Facebook jail multiple times. Facebook jail is a thing, and it goes one way. Like, Facebook jail is a one-way. There's a one-way ride for Facebook jail. I'll tell you that much. And why I'm all blurry. Let's see. Catch me back up. There we go. But it seems that Mr. Zuckerberg has had a flip. Now, did the whole misinformation pendulum just swing so far that it had to be brought back? Hopefully that's it. Hopefully that's what it is. But I don't know. So let's take a little listen to Mr. Zuckerberg, and then we'll kind of stop this as we go through it. And let me share this tab, show on stream, and Mark Zuckerberg announced the sweeping changes to Facebook and Instagram to move from free speech, including. So here we go. What do we got?
I want to talk about something important today. because it's time to get back to our roots around free expression on Facebook and Instagram. I started building social media to give people a voice. I gave a speech at Georgetown 5 years ago about the importance of protecting free expression, and I still believe this today. But a lot has happened over the last several years. There's been widespread debate.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I basically haven't used Facebook to do anything but like Messenger. I use Facebook Messenger, and I don't put anything on there. I don't post anything on there. I barely post anything from the show on there. We have a show page on Facebook. I mean, and I don't use it because it's just it seems pointless. So hopefully this is a good thing. Let's see.
Potential harms from online content. Governments and legacy media have pushed to censor more and more. A lot of this is clearly political.
The legacy media thing especially, they hate social media because it limits their, more people are looking to other things, obviously. And if I think legacy media could be important still, but they got to get their act together. I think they're the next shoe to fall, hopefully, that they get their act together, that they can look at things objectively and not just from one prism, which is what's been happening.
But there's also a lot of legitimately bad stuff out there. Drugs, terrorism, child exploitation. These are things that we take very seriously, and I want to make sure that we handle responsibly. So we built a lot of complex... Seriously, and I want to make sure that we... Drugs, terrorism...
Okay, so the terrorism, the child exploitation, yeah, those are one thing. But the drug thing, I don't know. I mean, we've seen a lot of places that have legalized drugs. And so being able to talk about that, being able to talk about the positives and the negatives, which, there are both. So anyway.
Child exploitation. These are things that we take very seriously, and I want to make sure that we handle responsibly. So
I don't know. I think we'll get into it on Thursday, but the whole thing on X with the England and the grooming gangs. I'm not going to say anything that I want to say tonight, but it was known for years and years and years that there were thousands and thousands of young women, young girls in England that were taken advantage of and basically just ravaged, and people turned a blind eye to it, and it's coming to catch them up to them now. And so I don't know that you probably still can't go. And the problem is you can't go on Facebook and talk honestly about what happened, or you would get suspended. You would go to Facebook jail still. So you can't talk about that on X. Now, hopefully coming up, you can talk about it, but we will see, because that is one thing that is just, they are not letting that get out there.
So we built a lot of complex systems to moderate content. But the problem with complex systems is they make mistakes.
Yes.
Even if they accidentally censor just 1% of posts, that's millions of people. And we've reached a point where it's just too many mistakes and too much censorship. The recent elections also feel like a cultural tipping point towards once again prioritizing speech. So we're going to get back to our roots and focus on reducing mistakes, simplifying our policies, and restoring free expression on our platforms.
This is gonna make people mad. I'm gonna try and collect some of the reactions over the next couple of days, because the free expression is just that. It's being able to express your opinion. A lot of people think that anybody that has an opinion outside of their opinion is an evil person, and that opinion should be punished. So this is going to be interesting to see how this actually gets implemented and the freak out reaction that's going to happen. I've already heard that one of the View people was already up in arms. Joy Behar, I guess she was already freaking out. So that'll be fun to watch.
More specifically, here's what we're going to do. First, we're going to get rid of fact checkers and replace them with community notes, similar to X.
Perfect. Fact checkers. Facts. Oh, the fact checkers are horrible on there.
Starting in the US. After Trump first got elected in 2016, the legacy media wrote nonstop about how misinformation was a threat to democracy. We tried in good faith to address those concerns without becoming the arbiters of truth. But the fact checkers have just been too politically biased and have destroyed more trust than they've created, especially in the US.
Oh, it's only taken, 5 years to figure that out.
So over the next couple of months, we're going to phase in a more comprehensive community notes system. Second, we're going to simplify our content policies and get rid of a bunch of restrictions on topics like immigration and gender that are just out of touch with mainstream discourse.
So they want people to actually have conversations on Facebook now. We'll see how this goes, actually.
What started as a movement to be more inclusive has increasingly been used to shut down opinions and shut out people with different ideas, and it's gone too far. So I want to make sure that people can share their beliefs and experiences on our platforms. Third, we're changing how we enforce our policies to reduce the mistakes that account for the vast majority of censorship on our platforms. We used to have filters that scanned for any policy violation. Now we're going to focus those filters on tackling illegal and high severity violations. And for lower severity violations, we're going to rely on someone reporting an issue before we take action. The problem is...
So you're going to rely on reporting. Now, I can see how that's going to need to be monitored, because just if you get this number of reports about something, that can be gamed very, very easily. It's very easily, because you have groups that are out there that want to shut down anything. And there is, so hey Kat, on Facebook, there is a big censorship as far as animals go, correct? Like any animal sales, but don't a lot of, but don't you have to like skirt around the topics a lot of times to even have serious conversations about different animal things? Or you'll get reported basically, or is it just sales? So breeding, so you can't really have a breeding conversation, right?
Well, the breeding ones are right, as long as there's no hint in that conversation that you're going to be selling it.
Okay. So I wonder if they're going to change that. I wonder if animal sales will, because I know gun sales too, and gun topics are no on there as well. So
Hens or egg layers are going on omelet makers.
Yeah, no, they have special code words like omelet makers, and what are the roosters? Roosters are alarm clocks. So
is that the
they have
filters
special
make
ways around
and they
there
take down a lot of content that they shouldn't. So by dialing them back, we're going to dramatically reduce the
I can see how reporting gangs can be, like there's a group that tries to manipulate the community notes on X already with one of the Krasenstein weirdos.
Censorship on our platforms. We're also going to tune our content filters to require much higher confidence before taking down content.
Good.
The reality is that this is a trade-off. It means we're going to catch less bad stuff, but we'll also reduce the number of innocent people's posts and accounts that we accidentally take down.
That would
Fourth,
be good.
We're bringing back civic content. For a while, the community asked to see less politics because it was making people stressed. So we stopped recommending these posts. But it feels like we're in a new era now, and we're starting to get feedback that people want to see this content again. So we're going to start phasing this back into Facebook, Instagram, and Threads while working to keep the communities friendly and positive. Fifth, We're going to move our trust and safety and content moderation teams out of California, and our US-based content review is going to be based in Texas. As we work to promote free...
That is a big step. Moving from... We're going to move our content moderation team from California to Texas. That's a huge step. That really is. Yeah, just because you've got like so much a broader. Now it depends on where in Texas. Obviously, if you move it to Austin, that's like California Central, but you have a broader range of people that you're going to be able to hire if you move it to Texas. No, leave the Texans alone. Yeah, no, they'll be good. They'll be able to get in there and moderate correctly. Yeah, nope, he did. I bet you had a lot of people on there.
Free expression. I think that it will help us build trust to do this work in places where there is less concern about the bias of our teams.
You're getting some wins.
Finally,
We got some wins last
work
night.
With President Trump to push back on governments around the world that are going after American companies and pushing to censor more. The US has the strongest constitutional protections for free expression in the world. Europe has an ever-increasing number of laws institutionalizing censorship and making it difficult to build anything innovative there.
Yeah, they're locking. You can go to jail in UK for making a Facebook post, and you'll get more time than somebody that assaults a kid, and like assaults. Like it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. People are saying, are writing about judges, and these judges are giving them harsher sentences than the sentence they give to actual criminals.
American countries have secret courts that can order companies to quietly take things down. Mm-hmm. China has censored our apps from even working in the country. The only way that
so he knows that Elon has got something. And he knows that X is going to continue to get more and more people. It's going to continue to attract more and more things. So I think, man, that wind is kicking. Oh my gosh. Sorry. I got to show you this. Look at this. Look at the wind in California.
A lot of these folks obviously need assistance.
You can see this person in a wheelchair with the no shoes.
Oh no, this is a senior center in Altadena. Oh my goodness.
And I can imagine they're hitting the patients as well. Very difficult to breathe and really open your eyes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's so hard on them. And it's also very scary. It's scary for anyone who's out in the middle of this. I can't imagine what they're...
Yeah, I looked over there and the wind was just, gosh, it was so bad. All right, let's finish off Zucky here.
This global trend is with the support of the U.S. government. And that's why it's been so difficult over the past 4 years when even the U.S. government has pushed for censorship. By going after us and other American companies, it has emboldened other governments to go even further. Mm-hmm. But now we have the opportunity to restore free expression, and I am excited to take it.
And you couldn't get, I mean, I'm sure there were cases that could have been made. There were, you could have sued the government, gotten the discovery, but they're so good at being sneaky about it. Imagine that.
It'll take time to get this right, and these are complex systems. They're never going to be perfect. There's also a lot of illegal stuff that we still need to work very hard to remove. But the bottom line is that after years of having our content moderation work focus primarily on removing content, it is time to focus on reducing mistakes, simplifying our systems, and getting back to our roots about giving people voice. I'm looking forward to this next chapter. Stay good out there, and more to come soon. Hey,
that is some, I mean, that is some excellent news if it goes through. It really is. On Instagram and on Facebook, you can have honest and open discussions and not beat around the bush, not worried about going to Facebook jail too much. I mean, I'm sure there's still going to be instances. There's still going to be petty people that that decide, they don't want this. And if they go to a system where you have a bunch of people that are reporting, that could go bad too. But yeah, I saw that, and because I'm all about freedom of speech, that's in misinformation and all that. I'm very happy to see this. So okay, yeah. Don't tell me what to do, Zuck. No doubt. I have a bunch more that I want to get to, but as you can tell, my voice is leaving me very rapidly, so I'm going to cut it off there. Eventually, like a couple weeks ago, like I think either right before I left. Yeah, I think it was right before I left. One of the guys that has been an inspiration for me to start this channel and do, this live streaming and stuff, passed away. And his name was Jeff. He went by Legal Vices. He was an attorney. He got his start on the Rekieta show when Rekieta was doing the Rittenhouse trial. He had an open spot and he was recommended, I think, by Legal Mindset. But he said, hey, have this guy on, Jeff. He's really funny. And he was funny from the very, very beginning. From the first time he went on, he just had he had the factor. He had the and he could talk, and he could entertain, and he could entertain by himself. That's the thing, is getting in front of the microphone when it's just you and trying to talk and there's just you've got to be able to do that. And he did it so well. And just he had a heart issue, I guess, and he was in Korea. I'm sorry, Patty. Yes, he did. It was at the end of December. He was in Korea. He had a heart issue. He went to the hospital, I guess, and yes, he passed away. If you've seen Danny on Direct, go look at her channel. They had like a memorial thing for him the other night, like a whole stream with a bunch of people, Ozzy Overlord, and just a bunch of the people. Even Rekieta stopped by, and Megan Fox and all these people that you feel like you kind of know. But yeah, he was, I loved listening to him in the mornings. He was, because he was in Korea, he'd come on at like 4 or 5 o'clock my time. So it's like sometimes I'd wake up on Mondays. He would talk about marine, legal stuff, and just or basically just marine disasters. He'd go through like different marine disasters, and then for like a year or two, he kind of redid parts of the OJ trial. Every Thursday you could do a Thursday OJ with Jeff. And so just a great dude who was taken abruptly and too soon. So yeah, it's The Legal Vices is the channel. I know they were trying to get it to 100,000. I think they actually got over 100,000, but yeah, nope. I will. I'll send it to you. So yeah, and I want to kind of do my own little thing for Legal Vices. So I'll probably going to try and put something together for that. But okay. Thursday night, I should be back. And then Friday, we're going to do our main live stream. So back to it, back to the grind. And then, yeah, we're going to do our trailer here very, very soon. It's done. It's ready to go. Just gotta do it. So, okay. Thank you, everybody. I will send you that link here momentarily. All right. Talk to y'all later. Goodbye.